All right, welcome to Scars to Success, episode number 2. It is me, Donald,
Me, Demontrae.
and we got a special guest here. We got your boy Dyllon. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man. How y'all doing yourself,
We
man?
doing good. We doing
It's
good.
not cold today, man, at all.
It actually feels good outside.
I know,
Back weather been different, bro. I ain't
man.
gonna lie to you.
It's been
Like
beautiful,
I'm walking
though.
through the thunder, nigga. This shit be a little different over here.
So, okay, glad to hear you enjoying it. We're gonna have a nice little journey about the things that you've been through, some experience as well as advice that you can give to the people. We're all about telling stories, telling us how made it out the mud, got it through all the tribulations and the trials, tribulations, same thing. So quick first, could you give us a little introduction as to who you are and what you do?
I got you. So, like he said, my name is Dyllon. I go by YD. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was raised in West Oakland. I graduated from the Grambling State University. Man, I do a lot of things, man. I'm a account manager by daylight and a podcast and Twitch streamer at night. So I do a lot of things, a lot of business ventures, trying to figure out what I want to do in life. Any 25-year-old trying to figure out life.
Jeez, that boy 25, that boy 24, I'm 23.
You're a young ass
We
nigga.
Marcus.
Hey, everybody, you know what I mean? It's your time.
Yeah,
We
that's
all
for sure.
blessed and we all on the journey.
But you mentioned the little things that you into. Would you want to give a little shout out to?
Oh yeah, man. Let me look in the camera. Camera right here. Let me look at the camera.
Yeah.
It's your boy YD, man. I'm from the TPC podcast, the Players Club. You can go watch us on YouTube. Go watch it. Go listen to us on Spotify, man. Yeah. We also coming with a merch line in a little bit. We getting the stuff designed and everything, getting the website ready for you guys. So, great, go cop that drip for sure.
Hey, and we're going to put it all up in the names, all up in the banners. You're going to make sure you follow them. We're going to put it in the link. We're going to put it in all that.
It's in the description below. That's where it's gonna be.
Yes, sir, for sure.
All right, let's get it kick started. So, being born and raised in Louisiana, New Orleans,
What's up?
why did you move out here to California? Take us into a little bit of what happened. And how you got here.
So a couple things. I grew up in my mom and my dad did a really good job raising me and teach me what to do and what not to do. I had brothers to look out for, and my older brothers setting a good example. But it was decisions. So my dad got a job in Mobile, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have been to Mobile, Alabama, please do not go. It's a shithole. So Mobile, Alabama, and I had two options. I could either come to California, live with my granny, or I could move to Mobile, Alabama, where my family was going to live to. And let's just say it was a very quick decision, and I got my ass shipped to California. I went to McClymonds High School, probably the best and worst high school in Oakland. I played football, did my thing there, but I feel like California's home, man. A lot of people ask me, who do I claim California? Do I claim New Orleans? And I say California. All my friends are here. My majority of my family's here. My future will be here.
Okay. I love that. I like that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I have an interesting question.
Oh,
So
there we go.
Would you transitioning from the South coming to California? What were some sacrifices that you had to make?
I'm going to be honest. The only sacrifice I really had to make is California people don't believe in seasoning. There's a...
Wow.
Hey, man, I love y'all. Y'all Mexican food is probably the best ever. I love y'all and I fuck with y'all. But some of y'all places, man, that be like, I got soul food. No, you don't. You just got fried chicken, collard greens with no seasoning, bro. And it's cool. You know what I mean? But I would say that's the only sacrifice because compared to Louisiana, for people who say, I love to go visit, you want to go to Mardi Gras, New Orleans is not a place to live. It's a place to visit. It's a place to stay for no more than 2 to 3 days. But you got to remember, the minimum wage out there is like $7, bro. There's no opportunities out there. Niggas ain't trying to do nothing. So
You there.
if I'm being serious, there was no sacrifices. It was only advantages, only things that I can look forward to and move up in life.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You pretty much kind of like left for better opportunity in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
A lot better opportunity.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Gotta respect that.
So now we want to get into, your time at Mac. And if y'all don't know, Mac is notoriously known for producing a lot of athletes. Who's some famous athletes from your high school, man?
You got my cousin Marcus Peters. He's probably the most famous one, so we'll just start with that. He's, Pro Bowl NFL player. You know what I mean? Mac produced a lot of athletes. I think we had like 4 or 5 this year go D1.
Didn't Bill Russell go there?
Yeah, Bill Russell went there as well. He haven't been back though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he hasn't been back there, but yeah, he went there. He on the wall in there, the weight room machine. Big Bill Russell, man. But yeah, Mac, man, is a blessing and a curse because honestly, McClemens High School is your prototypical school that's in the hood, man. We live down the street from gun violence, from robbers, for doing everything, but yet it was very athletics. The top athletes went to McClemens High School, but I say it's a blessing and a curse because it didn't prep you for life. At that school, because when kids usually get there, they're coming from elementary schools in the area, and their academics aren't the best. So you might have freshmen reading at a 4th grade level. You might have sophomores who don't know algebra, don't know simple math multiplication. So it blessed me because it gave me the opportunity, structure to move forward in athletics and to go to college and to get a lot of funding. But it hurt me because when I got to college, I wasn't ready.
So do you feel like you said, it didn't prep you in the proper way for your next step in life? I
feel like it prepped me for all the wrong reasons. It prepped me on how to handle myself, how to understand my abilities in that matter, if you get what I mean. It prepped me to be able to talk to people from different backgrounds. It prepped me to understand what the street culture life and what to avoid and what not to avoid, and to understand and see your surroundings. But as far as academics, it didn't prep me not one bit. And I got to college, and I ain't gonna lie, I went to University of Laverne. It's a beautiful school with a lot of beautiful women. But the academics at University of Laverne, that shit for the birds. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got my brains kicked in.
I ain't really go to college, so I can't say I really didn't go, but I don't really got too much college experience. So
bro, my first 2 weeks there, I had an English teacher. I hated this bitch. Bro,
you say fuckers.
bro, our second week there, she gave us a 15-page paper due in a month.
You said your second week there?
Second week at the school.
15 tough ones. Hey, double space or not, 15 is still a lot, bro.
It's double space.
What was the topic?
Bro, and the topic you basically have to read a book and write a report on it, but I think only 20% can be cited sources.
They use that tracker.
Yeah.
To make sure
80% had to be me. Yeah. Oh, I funked that class. Bro, and she was giving, so athletes and shit. I had her on a Friday. We fly out or we'll leave for Fridays or whatever. She give a nigga F for the day. Yeah.
Knowing you was on the team.
Knowing I was, bro, 90% of the athletes took her class failed.
Was the communication there though?
Yeah, no, she know. Everybody knew we had a game.
Yeah.
She didn't
See,
care.
college is different. College is different from high school. College, everyone knows it's a game. You got teachers at the game. You got the dean. Everyone knows it's a game. So, excuse me. So, football at most colleges or basketball are like the prime events. So when there's a football game happening, the world stops. Everyone's there. So there's a game Saturday. They leaving out Thursday or Friday. Like, you already know this. She just didn't like athletes.
Oh,
yeah.
She didn't want to see you succeed.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't at all.
Hey, we appreciate the honesty. Let's take it back a little bit. We do want to know what it was like, a day in life of being an athlete at McClemens. How was that? Your mom didn't show me you on the newspaper. She got them clippings, so.
The crazy part about that picture? I was getting my ass stiffed off like a motherfucker. Yo, I made the tackle. They just took a badass angle. Like, I went out for a sack and he was just trying to stiff on me off. And so they caught him stiff on me. They didn't catch me putting it on the ground. But nah, being an athlete at Mac, man, we used to have this saying. Take it back a little further. My sophomore year is my first year at Mac, right? I always thought my uncle was playing. My uncle was the head coach of the football team. We sat down in the room and he said, look left, look right. One of y'all gonna be either in jail or dead. Right. But we'll put my senior year, and even to now, most of my friends are dead or in jail. Only my select few went to college, and the only ones that went off to college is actually successful in life. The rest of my close knit friends are, like I said, either dead or in jail or not on the right path. But being an athlete at Mac, man, was amazing. I ain't gonna lie. So McClemens High School was known for athletes, not for women though. Nah. I love y'all, but nah. But
The best of the
You
bunch.
said
Nah.
women's selection wasn't to your top.
nah,
10.
it wasn't. It wasn't. But we was known in the Bay Area, so when you were a successful athlete, and you were really good at what you do. You attract other people that look really good. So, but being an athlete, man, was one of those things. It also set me up for success and for failure, because my uncle treated like a job business. Like you had to show up on time, be there. We had the structure. We had study hall. I probably was in the weight room at like 6:30. I didn't leave McCombs High School till like 8.
a.m. to p.m.
So
The whole day's gone.
because we got morning weight lifts, then you got class, then you got study hall, then you got practice, and we did it every day. There was no days off. So that taught me structure, taught me how to be on time, how to prep, because you couldn't be late. So,
Consequences.
and also it taught me responsibility, because even though it's my uncle, I walked to school. Live around the corner, but when it's cold, nigga, that 5 minutes is a motherfucker.
Let's
Turning
go.
to 15.
That's a motherfucker, but so it's understanding what it is to be great at something and be able to someone to push you. Is one of the most important things that McCombs High School athletics taught me for sure.
Okay. We appreciate that. That boy had responsibility. Uncle said,
Seem like
"Ain't no pay to play, my boy. You got
At all.
You got to get up in here. You got to show it and prove it, just like everybody else."
back to what you said. Your uncle told you though. My family, my auntie, and my uncle told me the same thing with me and my cousin. They said one's gonna end up somewhere and the other's gonna end up in jail.
Yeah,
and
and
it was kind of like the lifestyle.
and it's the decisions you make.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, it's a tangent from the interview quote, but what people don't realize is small decisions can affect the outcome of your life forever. And a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that. A lot of motherfuckers just playing in the moment, getting this fast money, do what they doing. Mind you, we know niggas. You know what I'm saying? We don't judge you. Do what you do. School wasn't for everybody, working ain't for everybody, but just know what to come with. You know what I mean? And a lot of kids in society, they don't understand the backside of what happens.
It's
Yeah.
always fun while you're doing
Oh
it.
yeah, of course.
But when things get serious,
It's always fun.
you want to run. Everybody crying.
Everything that come with negative activities, negative negative outcomes, always amazing, always fun. It's amazing while you're doing it,
It's the thrill.
but then once it's finished, it's everything goes to shit,
Till belt hit that ass, my boy.
man.
And then that law on that ass too.
And but that goes for should I go for school? That go for relationships. Shit, it's fun to cheat. It's amazing. Then you get caught, nigga. You hurt,
Yeah.
nigga. It is. You know what I'm saying? So, but we faithful black men over here, but we just pointing out things. You know what I mean?
Shout out my beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I
That's
did
real
not
shit,
bring up
though.
this topic. I am just an interviewer,
Nah,
letting him go
but-
where he want to go.
But be honest though, bro. Being honest, in that aspect of things, the thrill is fun. You know what I mean? But it's the outcome that ain't shit. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? All the fun, all the easy shit, fast money, that shit fun to do.
It's all cool until it's over.
Yeah.
But once you gotta stop because you have to make that adjustment. Once you make that adjustment, it's all about if you really truly want to make that adjustment. If you don't, you're gonna keep doing the same shit. With doing the same shit, you're gonna keep getting the same outcome. Keep getting the same outcome. People gonna leave you.
And then it's the outcome that you won't be able to get back.
Hey, and that's how life goes. Sometimes you gotta get yourself into predicaments where you see that there ain't no coming back, and that's where I think that defines you as a person when you start realizing like,
On how you bounce back.
yeah, what I do has consequences. So I gotta think ahead. I gotta be respectful. I gotta think beyond just me. And I think that's something I think that's a little issues that we see in society now. Everything is about what can I get? Instant gratification. If I don't get it now, when am I going to get it? I'm going to go to somebody that gives it to me instead of understanding the best shit ain't supposed to happen quickly. It's not instant. It ain't microwave.
nah.
My boy, put that thing in the oven, let it cook. Give it some love, give it some time,
Slow roast.
and when it come out,
You ever had a slow roast cook fast? Most tough shit ever. But a slow roast cook right, it falls straight off, fall apart. I'm a big nigga, so I like food. You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of food
and he can
analogies
cook
and shit.
it. Family, they taught me how to cook. That's where I get it.
I'm learning. I was transferring colleges.
Ladies and gentlemen, I went to Laverne to play football, and I was 5'7" on a good day playing DN. I think in society, especially in the athletic society, you got to be honest with yourself, man. At the end of the day, was I pretty good? Yeah, I believe I was pretty good. I think I did my thing, but was I going pro? I was never going to be a pro athlete. That's just something I don't have the height or the size to do that. So I went to University of Laverne, played football 1 year, had an amazing time down there, man. Met a lot of amazing people. And then some things happened. Some friends passed away in 2016, where my academics took a back turn than what they already was. And then I left Laverne, bro, with like a 1.3 GPA or some shit like that. Like, it got bad. I transferred to Merced College, which is why at the end of the day, I don't regret my Laverne trip because it got me to Merced where I made amazing people and built friendships that last to this day. And, it was amazing out there. But I met a lot of amazing people. And
Hey, when he's talking about Merced, he's talking about the time that we met.
Yeah.
It definitely went up from there.
Yeah, it was a great time.
That's we're glad that you said that though, because we did want to ask, was that by choice that you had to leave, and you showed us, it was part of a bigger plan.
It was I didn't have to leave. I could have stayed. But I realized me leaving would better myself mentally and also academically. I feel like one thing about people they don't understand, man, it's good to fail sometimes, I failed at University of Laverne. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was good on the football field, but academically, I wasn't the best. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the one thing that I can say about that is it's good to fail. So did I want to do it? Nah, but cause I was never want to be the kid that transferred out of school. So never wanted to. It's a stigma behind that. Oh, don't transfer, don't transfer, don't transfer, cause they'll fuck you. Which it did. I'm gonna be honest. It fucked me. Pause. But it was crazy. So I transferred to Merced College, and it's amazing what a different what's it called? A different environment can do for you. I went from a 1.3 GPA to like a 3.7.
Getting it.
You know what I mean?
Big jump, big change.
Because I was always intelligent, man. School was always easy. I was just college football, and when you're good at college football, life is very different than at any school. This could be D1, D2, D3, NAIA, any school, because there's always a party, and you're always invited.
Is that the setup?
That's the setup. There's always a party, and you're always invited.
They get the slam dunk every time.
Every time. And
like
it's so much shit to do that will get you not where you want to be. And so once I got to Merced College, at first there was not a lot of shit to do because I didn't really know them at first. I was the Wingstop plug for a minute.
No. Originally, let me set the record straight. I met him as the plug.
Hey man,
with the backpack on, my boy.
Hey man, it's legal. You remember what I was doing? but yeah, it was. I tried it. I tried to be, you know what I mean? Try to be the you know what I mean, sell a little something, but it didn't work out too good. You know what I mean? I wound up fucking off, and my uncle cussed me out, and put me in what I was supposed to do. Like, what are you doing? And that's a good thing to have, bro. You want to have people that will ask you, "What are you doing?" And they'll say it in ways to make you understand, look back on life, like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't want to be like the niggas. That's why I left. So I went from doing that to getting a real job, man. And I was at Wingstop for a long ass time. There's a little nugget I want to say. Don't be scared to get a job out there, guys. The average drug dealer make less than a McDonald's worker. Don't be scared to get a job, bro. It's cool. It's okay to go work a 9 to 5. You can let a lot of these motherfuckers tell you it's not, but it's cool. You can do that.
Hey, the hustle will slow up eventually. It ain't always.
Hey, because the first time you
so only two places you're gonna be.
The first time you miss my where you at, like you online. Cut
So,
off. Like,
it's over.
I'm going to
next up.
Hey, it's so many variables. It's about who's local, who's close, who can drop off, who, you feel me? All these things. What quality you got? What prices you got? It's all those variables.
And when you do the math and you add up how much it cost you to go get whatever you get, to how much you sold it for, to what you have,
profit.
They did the average. You make less than a McDonald's worker who make $12 an hour.
So at the end of the day, it's all about your profit.
You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, you gonna make what you make. You gonna spend some.
But
So it's about what you keep.
Don't forget the reinvestment, the re-up too. So it's like your profit
and rid of your profit.
That's the point of the drop.
It might be, it might not be that much.
You know what I'm saying? And there's only two places you're going to end up dead or in jail. You know what I mean? So after that, I started working at Wingstop. Then
So I have a question for you. Do you think that being at Laverne, your mentality was totally different to compare it to when you went to and got to Merced?
Yeah.
Just because of that environment?
Well, no, because I went from a 4-year to a 2-year. And I realized the degree that I want, the money I want to make, I can't make with a 2-year degree. And I realized, all right, I got to go to Merced now, which I don't want to be at.
Boring.
You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be there, and I knew what I want to do in future. And I started really to get into this when I started doing a lot of research into finances, real estate, and other things that I wanted to do. I need the education to do it. To be able to afford the lifestyle I want to live. I'm a bougie ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
He's very bougie, y'all.
So I want to be able to afford the lifestyle I want to live, and I understand.
Rightfully so, though.
You gotta
take control of your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to live that lifestyle, you have to make those choices and make those sacrifices just to get to that lifestyle that you want.
And let me tell y'all, because this is what he was talking about earlier, bro. When he said he was the Wingstop plug, I'm telling you, let me tell y'all, listen here, look. Listen, because you really got to listen to this. Have you ever had somebody plug you with wings? Not only would he plug you with them, he'll come to the college at UC Merced. He'll come drop them off exactly to our door, 80 piece, free everything,
And then we go and get drunk and have the time of our life the rest of the night.
And this was probably twice a week.
Bro.
My freshman first semester, bro. Like, bro, it was just so crazy because we can go to the store. He came to us, bro. We was getting free wings on top of free wings. And then, like he said, we go sweat all that wings out our system, bro. Fucking turning up and shit.
That sound like a good time.
It was. It lasted like good 7 months. And then one of my friends, one of our friends.
And you know who
you know who you are. You know who you are.
You know what we're talking about.
Your ass got me caught because you wanted some habanero chicken nuggets.
The chicken nuggets, though, like, come on.
Nigga got me caught as shit, man.
Because you wanted to switch it up.
Well, no, because he came in there and he said something he wasn't supposed to say.
Yeah,
and I got snitched on.
He made it too obvious. Like, when you go in there, Dyllon gonna see you, then he gonna know he gonna handle it from there.
So y'all have protocol pretty much.
Yeah, so what I do is I just follow black people.
And please don't follow this. This is a tale of what not to do.
This is hypothetically speaking, you know what I'm saying? Don't do this. But what I would do is when it's them, if it's anybody black and you order 10 pieces, I'm gonna give you 15 wings. But if it's them, you know what I mean? I'll be like, all right, y'all gotta pay it for something. Pay for something, at least a 10 piece or 20 piece. And mind you, it's 5-6 niggas, a 20 piece. It's like $5 a head. And then I'm going to do the rest on the back end. So they'll get the little family pack meal or just something, whatever I do on the back end, get the fries and everything, put it in, just bring it out to them in bags. But what fucked it up was usually everybody got the same shit. Original hot lemon pepper, maybe barbecue sauce, but nothing outside where it was hella different. You know what I'm saying? So outside of whatever you ordered. Like if you ordered a 20 piece and you had 2 flavors, original hot and lemon pepper, I'm gonna give you like 40, but it's gonna be all original hot lemon pepper.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So the nigga came in there, bro, and blurted out, throw some habanero in there for me, boneless. I said, nigga.
Bro, do you not see who I'm with, who I'm around?
Bro, I quit the next day because girl got caught. Yeah, real fast.
They had new management. They brought in new cameras.
Yeah.
They was on helmet.
A girl got caught because she did the same thing. We all was doing it. You know what I'm saying? We all was doing it. But she did the same shit, but let her friends have like a party or something with open tray. You know how to give you the open trays we eat there? She gave them all open like trays and shit. It's like 30 people in that motherfucker eating. You know what I'm saying? When I do it for them, I'm like, y'all gotta go. You grab it and go. So The owner came and he seen, oh, I must got some. It's a good day. But he checked the tickets and the tickets wasn't adding up, so he went outside and was like, "Hey, you got the ticket?" Nobody had tickets or whatever. Ran the cameras back, pulled her back. She snitched on everybody.
She
It's
hates.
always one.
Snitched on everybody, bro. And I heard her snitching too.
Shit,
So
right.
I was clocking off because we was finna go eat. So I already hit them niggas for least. I think that dude was like 80 or 100 or some shit like that.
Oh, he wasn't playing.
Oh no,
Bro,
no.
no.
We
When
was,
I tell you, and I don't have my Snapchat downloaded no more, but look,
we was up.
nigga, he would come with 80 pieces, bro.
I,
Like,
but
you
I'll
think
be like,
I'm
I'll be like,
playing
yo,
80, bruh?
like, yo, I need some help with the bags. They'd be
Like,
like,
we would have to come down and
Grocery.
help him with the bags, bro. Like,
it'd be like, and everybody like, we gotta get the waste stuff from. Don't worry about it.
don't, hey,
Grocery shopping at Wingstop.
if you ain't networking, you ain't winning, bro. I'm telling
Man,
you.
you ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? And then, oh yeah, it was a great time, And then things happened. I left, and I wound up graduating from Merced College. I didn't graduate. I had 18 units. I took 18 units because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little tip. If you go to a private school as a kid and you want to transfer out, just be ready for half your units not to transfer. Because people don't understand the CSU, state schools, private schools, and then out of country, out of state schools, academically is usually different.
Different requirements.
But for private schools, a lot of other schools in the nation don't recognize, because they're not on a typical A through G program. They're on a privately funded narrative, but also the professors are all tenured and are teaching you based off what they want to teach you, not based off a curriculum.
Curriculum is way different.
So it's not a regular A through G curriculum where you have your maths, your English, and shit like that. Then you got your core classes. It's totally different. So I was taking shit considered as math that didn't transfer. So I wound up having to stay 3 years at Graham instead of 2. Well, really 1.5.
Hey,
So
and sorry to cut you off. That's
no
exactly
problem.
where we wanted to go next. Being the guy that you was in Merced, the turn up man. Hey, the
I was
Mr.
a-
Bobcat.
I was a wholesome king.
He ain't even go to UC Merced, but he Mr. Bobcat. I'm telling you for real. But outside of that, you didn't spend your whole time in Merced. Like you said, you went to Grambling, the Grambling. So how was that? How'd you transition and how'd you enjoy that?
HBCUs, man, it's like your youngest child. Like, it's like you hate it but love it.
Right.
And what I mean by that, usually the youngest child is the baddest, but you usually love because you're the baby.
Yeah.
You get away with a lot of shit. I feel like it's HBCUs. HBCUs get away with a lot of shit because of HBCUs. If that was a regular typical college, it would be sanctions driven down because academically the school is probably high school. Other than your select few great teachers. I had an English professor tell me he only requires essays to be written in a 4-paragraph format. Intro, 2 bodies, and a conclusion, and that's it.
God damn, that's the
And
basics.
asked him why. He said, "Cause I can't ask for anything else. The kids can't do it."
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, then you got. I'm gonna go all the bad things first.
He gonna show us some love, y'all.
Oh no, the love is there.
He gonna come with the love.
The love
He
is there, but I want to get because
running
usually it's little shit. It's I wouldn't say little shit, but it's a lot of flooding, a lot of because it's rains back there, but they don't have the infrastructure to stop the rain from flooding. Then you have rodents and things of that nature, roaches and stuff. But out of those little nicks and nats, HBCU was probably the best experience I've ever had in life, man. Being around people of culture, man, it was amazing. It was fun. It's interactive. The women are beautiful out there. It's a great time.
Look at him smiling.
It's
He
a
just
great-
smiling, thinking back.
Smile and
And I'm
It's
gonna
a
tell
good
y'all,
time, man.
he didn't told us about some of y'all back there. The group chats, the parties, experiences. But everybody that I know that went to HBCU loved it the same way that you loved
Yeah.
it. There's pros and cons to anything, but considering that you went there and you did come from Laverne, did you ever consider playing football for them?
One, no, 'cause my neck's fucked up, so I really couldn't.
Right.
But 2, we thought about it strongly. But then I realized the freedom I had of a school as a regular school kid. Like, bro, I never experienced being able to go to school, do work, and then go home and do nothing. I never experienced that until my sophomore year in college.
Hey, and we don't talk about that enough because that was definitely me. Playing sports since young. Talking
Mm-hmm.
about young, and played it all the way up until college, and that was the first time I realized, like, damn, how do I function? What am I gonna fill my time with?
Yeah, structure. It's a different beast.
Figuring out what else am I interested in if not sports. Like you said, had that same realization. Ain't going pro. If you tuned in last week, you know that. But it was just a change, and it was something that I had to figure out mentally, and
Mm-hmm.
really throw myself into extracurriculars, whether it was clubs, whether it was activities, passion projects, all these things. So definitely felt that one. Some of y'all can relate to that.
So I have a question just for what the college experience in general. Like, do you feel like that's something that like it shaped you and prepared you for like certain aspects of your adult life, going from you going to college, you know?
Um, I have a love hate relationship for college because you have the far left and the far right. You have the far left who said, "Oh, go to college. It's the way to do it. You need to do it this way, that, and the third." Then you got the far right who says college is a scam.
Mm.
Both are totally wrong. Honestly, what people got to realize, man, if you want to go to school to have fun, to do these things, don't go. Because unless you have a full ride, then you can fuck off and do it. That's what you actually want to do. But if you're taking out loans, you got financial aid. Look at school. When after high school, your rest of your schooling is a business transaction. You're taking out loans to fund an education to provide a future for you and your future family,
An
right?
investment.
And at the end of the day, if you're just going to have fun, fuck hella niggas, fuck hella hoes, whatever you want to do, don't do that. Just do it at your house. Because I promise you, being $60,000 in debt with no degree, which I know a lot of people are, is the dumbest thing on earth. And you'll be looked at as a failure because you failed. You know what I mean? I feel like school sets you up for all the things but the right things
Mm.
in life. It sets you up to be successful, talking to people, speaking to people, which is great. But if you ask me, do I use any of my schooling in my day to day life as an adult? No,
Mm.
not one class. I got a sports management degree. I'm an account manager for a tobacco company.
Well, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I don't use none of that shit at all. But what I do use is my experience in transferring from Laverne, predominantly white, Somerset, predominantly Mexican. Then you have your blacks and everything. But then to Grambling, all black. I know how to mix and mingle with all different types of races and have conversations at work with people because in my position, no one looks like me. I'm the only, in my team alone, they got me by 20 years and everyone's white. So we don't, but I know how to talk to them. I know how to be respectful to code switch and understand what I need to do in order to be successful in business world because kids, if you look like us, the business world don't look like you. I promise you that.
She
You know what I
say,
mean?
hey,
Damn.
say that again.
If you look like us, sit on this camera, man. The business world do not look like you. All that, don't get money from a white man. I promise you, you'll be broke down and disgusted if you let them people who are influencers who've been paid by the white man, but they don't tell you that they'll post it on YouTube and get paid. Guess who owns YouTube? A white woman.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And not get a job and not do this, do that. But you got to feed your family. You got to provide for yourself. You got to go do things for yourself. And don't look at it as a racist thing because at the end of the day, it's all about the money. And yes, they might not want you there because you're black, but you have to make them want you there because of your skill, not because of the color. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is they're not. We're getting these opportunities because of affirmative action and shit like that. And a lot of black people say, "Oh, that's bad." Like that's cool, but guess what? I'm gonna take that opportunity, but then I'm gonna prove to them and to myself why I'm actually here in my spot. You know?
We always proving. We always gotta prove a point. We always gotta.
No imposter syndrome. Really letting them know like you here because your
Yeah, of
capabilities.
course.
But I definitely hear you. It's a balance about what the benefits and the cons are of going to college. And one thing I'll say is just if you're not going for the academia, the networking is the next biggest thing. Like the people you know, the people that go
And that's
to
not
be
parties,
things,
ladies and gentlemen. That's not party.
facts.
Networking is not party. So don't combine the two.
It's having good relationships with people, you know, having them want to assist you, having them want to get you to your next level, which college definitely has people that are like that. The one thing I definitely tell a lot of people is when you come from college, who you know gets you in the door, what you know keeps you in the door.
Yes, sir.
And you got to think about it like that. You need a firm balance of knowing the material, which for the most part in jobs you're gonna learn on the job. But outside of that, it's who you know. You know, can people give you good references? Can they give you letters of recommendation and put you in spaces that you couldn't get there without? So it's definitely a balance. College is, you know, it's definitely fun, but I tell people your priority is number one is school, no matter what. Whether you're a party, whether you're an athlete, whether any of that. If your academia, if your grades ain't up to par, then you can't do nothing else. And they gonna make sure they take all that away with what was it, probation, academic probation, all those other things, getting dropped out, suspended, expelled, whatever. So
And I've been on probation before. That shit ain't fun.
I think the dopest part about, you know, people like you guys, you know, who did go to colleges, you know, the experience you guys have. You guys went through these years of trials and tribulations to, you know, get the degrees. But I think the best part is as you guys grow, you guys are going to educate yourself more. But y'all can get back to of course, the community in whole, but our black community just in general, just to educate them. Like you guys said, if you're going to go for the academics, make sure you do something for yourself. Don't just go for the fuck of it. If you're going to do that,
just have fun at home. You know what I'm saying?
Different route. So, hey, listen to these college men up
The,
here, man.
the one thing I will say about college, man, and getting jobs, ladies and gentlemen, that stigma that college degrees doesn't matter is not true. If, let's say I go up for a job and person B goes up for a job, they don't have no degree, but they have some experience. Let's say I have experience and also the degree. I'm probably going to get that job because what a degree shows is that you've took your time to go through something. You took responsibility. You planned it. You showed up to class on time. You did your work on time. You know what deadlines are. You know how to do group projects. You know how to do different things that usually college courses will make you do that they understand because they've been through that life. See, the thing with corporate world is they've been through college. They've been through your life and what you've been through, but they've been through college, so they understand where you're coming from. Person with just experience, they don't really understand that you have to sell yourself. Most times your degree sells you, get you in the door. Now you just have to know what you're doing. You know?
That's dope, though.
hey, and that's facts. That's cold hard facts.
Just for you, you know, you graduated. Life was good. Life was hard. Let's talk into the creation life. How was content created? Can you give us some jewels on how did you get started? Also, can you let us know a couple of things that you got going on? What do you know, promo-wise, ventures, other ventures?
Okay. Content, man, is something, you know, everybody watch YouTube. And I was like, hey, you could do it. I could do it too. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not satisfied. Like, I like nice things. I want mama to be in a big house. I want my dad not to work again. I want certain things for me and my family that I know because of my degree and my route, I probably won't get it in the corporate world. You know, working a 9 to 5, you never build wealth. You build wealth for somebody else, but you never build wealth for yourself. So being able to do content is something I love to do. And I like being on camera. I like talking. I like laughing, having fun. You know, I love playing games, which is why I stream on Twitch at YourBoy YD1, Twitch.tv. You know what I mean? It will, you know what I mean? It's one of those things why we started the podcast because, you know, we have conversations on the game, man, and in chats, and it'd be amazing, it'd be funny, it'd be good content and shit like that. But we never record it. We never put it on because, you know, in our community, it's a stigma to have this in front of you. You know what I mean? It's a stigma. Oh, why you got a camera on, weird ass nigga? Like, you know what I mean? It's a big stigma. You probably heard it before.
Hey, they gonna call niggas lame and the whole nine.
The whole nine, you know. And it's just getting to that game and understanding you want something different for yourself. There's a lot of money out there, and don't let nobody shy you away from that because, honestly, the people that's gonna support you the most, you don't even know.
strangers.
I promise you that. Strangers support you more than the people you know, man. Now, if you have a select group of people that you fuck with that can push you, that's great. But 9 times out of 10, most of the people around you don't want you to succeed because they want you to be where they're at. You know, they feel like once you level up, you change and you owe them something, but you don't because they wasn't there when you was trying to figure out how to hook your Twitch up, how to do this and do that, how to get the sound levels to be right. Oh shit, I gotta go invest and pay for this fucking equipment, and then somebody might ask you, which is a work conversation I had. Nigga asked me like, "Yo, why you putting all this money into? You ain't making no money off that shit right now." You know what I mean? I think that's the one thing about our community. We want quick, fast. If you don't make no money, why you doing it? You know, and it's about the end run. Yeah, right now we ain't making no money, but if I do 300 videos this year, hey, next year I should be making some money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's just like that, you know? Yes, like that. A lot of sacrifice. But content, man, content always been amazing, man. It's been one of those things. We talked about it plenty of times, trying to figure out how to make content fun and enjoyable for yourself and also for your viewers.
Hey, and that's something I say shout out to all the kids of this generation, even though we do be shitting on them 2000 babies. It's something
Ain't you a 2000 baby?
Hell no, stop it. Yeah, 99, man, 99. I don't care if anybody say technically 99.
Yeah.
But that's something, you know, even working with kids from different generations, I see, like, they're not afraid, they're not shy of that camera. I'm working with kids to get into college, and as soon as they finish, I say, you got 5-10 minutes to yourself. They go set the camera up and immediately start. I'm talking about going crazy, and it's something, you know, bold about that. It's something to really just sit there and know, like, they don't care about who's looking. They don't care about.
They don't give a fuck who's looking.
Any of that. That's good and bad at times.
Yeah.
They be wilding out, but it's to have that confidence because when we was growing up, cameras wasn't around like that. They wasn't affordable like that, and they definitely wasn't accessible like that.
And then when you had them, you couldn't take them out. They was looked bad upon.
You taking pictures. You're not taking videos. You're not vlogging, and you know it's especially different because YouTube was something that was just now coming around when we was younger and shit. But it's definitely dope to see this generation not be afraid of that content creation, even if they not trying.
But I don't think it's a generation. I think it's the culture thing. Because you think about it, all the white boys when they was younger, that's our age, was on YouTube and shit. But our parents like, get off the game. You ain't making no money on the game. Go outside. Go play basketball. Go play a sport. Go play football. You know, at the end of the day, we all can't be football players. We all can't be basketball players. But guess what? We all probably is good at Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that, man. And you know.
You know what I feel like with this generation, too, though, this up-and-coming generation? They found a lot of outlets that turn things that they like into revenue.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes, sir.
Because I feel like, like for example, Twitch and streaming. I feel like this over these last couple of years, streaming and Twitch just like blew up.
Okay, like, they had examples.
That's what I'm saying.
They had examples.
They were on them, but when certain people got on these platforms and showed the others like
you can do it.
Actually do this. You can enjoy. You can have fun. It makes other people want to do it too. Yeah, you might not have the same following, but one person do it, that shows that the other person can do it too. So it's like, it's pretty cool just to see all the different influencers trying to motivate and, you know, uplift other people to try to do things too. Because trust me, I couldn't be out here shaking my hips, but trust me, y'all make me laugh too.
And it take, you know, your community. It take situations like this where we doing a podcast, we got another person that does a podcast and giving them that outlet of the community that we have and just sharing, reposting, tagging, all these things just to help the next person. It don't cost nothing to make a post, bro. It's what, a day of your life on your story, bro? That's nothing. It's not gonna change nothing, but it might change something for them. So
free promo.
Hey, it's all about helping out who you can. I think that's our purpose here. You know, help while you can, help with what you can. But the next thing we want to get into, you know, you've definitely streamed video games. You even made a song, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know about that, but I know about that.
We're going to throw that shit in the trash. We're going to throw that shit right where it belongs.
Hey, shout out Keith for helping him.
Hey.
But
Keith wrote half of it.
Look. But streaming video games, making music, and even a fellow podcaster, which one would you say is your favorite and why?
Podcasting. I love to talk. I'm a very opinionated person, and I don't care how you feel about my opinion. You know, like I care, like, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not scared to say I stand on whatever I say and how I feel about it. You know what I mean? And streaming is fun, honestly, but it's fun when you got viewers. Yeah, I look at streaming like recording a podcast really good when you by yourself. Because then there's you and your friends and y'all just talking, having fun. You know what I mean? But the game was makes streaming fun. The game has to be fun.
That's facts. You know, we're not gonna get into that right now as far as like video games not being
Yeah.
good, selling half-ass games, $60, $70, $80 prices. We're not really fucking with that. But something that you just brought up just made me think. Being a content creator, you know, I know you said podcast. Do you like being live or do you like pre-recorded? Because that was something I really fucked with. Twitch, once you press plays, it's off. It's off from there. You don't gotta do no edits. You don't gotta do anything but just be you.
We treat our podcast like a live recording. We don't do edits. Yeah, we don't do edits.
Tough. Hey, take
mean,
notes.
Yeah, it's one thing because we wanted to be as natural as possible, and so when we looked at it, yeah, we might edit like if you said some crazy shit. I mean, like a little snippet, but we're not finna go ahead and deep dive. Or if one of the hosts, you know, I do with Jules and our boy Jordan. If one of the hosts is not comfortable with something that was brought up or whatever, we'll just take that part out. Like, all right, we'll take that part out. But we don't do huge edits, huge introductions, and none of that. We keep it as flowing and as natural as possible. You know, so when we do have a community, we can be able to throw like questions and stuff from the community and just talk gradually through it without having to do edit points. And, you know, for us, it just didn't make sense. One, because we are not good at editing. So that does play a key in it. Like, this guy is amazing. I don't know how he does it, but he's amazing at his editing.
It's time consuming too. Like you
And
don't watch
I don't have
videos.
time.
You don't
Yeah.
have to go through things and
Well, I don't have patience.
Definitely takes
I don't
a lot
have
of time and
patience.
patience.
That is my thing. I don't have patience, and I understand I don't have patience, and my patience won't be growing. So, so it's one of those things where it's like, yo, we're gonna record this thing live, and we're gonna rock out. Now, if it's a bad podcast or like something has to be edited, then we'll sit down and have to do it. But we try not to.
But I think that's dope though. It just let the viewers see the more
authentic.
authentic version of, you know, the mess ups, the errors. Just like you said, instead of going back to edit it, y'all can see that okay, people do mess up in their podcast or when they are recording. We ain't gonna edit it. We gonna let y'all see, but we still gonna get back on the flow and get things back rocking. So I think that's dope. That's what's up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we got 2 more questions.
No, perfect.
So with your content creators, is there any advice that you give out to other people that is trying to be content creators?
Don't look at the view count. Look at the quality, how it sounds. In the beginning, don't look at the view count. And don't listen to people who are not in content. Don't listen to people who do not create, because they'll give you opinions on what they feel you should do, but they haven't done it themselves. So listen to somebody who's either going through it with you or have been through the same path as you. That'll be my basic advice. And be yourself, man. Don't change when the camera turn on.
We felt that because a lot of people, we normally drop one video. We almost at 100 views. By the time y'all watch this, it's going to be past 100 views
But
for
quick
sure.
question. You had 100 views, right? How many followers you got?
We got 17.
No. How many followers you got? You.
Oh, total?
You.
Oh, over total?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My personal account, I got 1,800. You know, a lot of y'all is lacking on the following, but we don't say too much.
And that's the thing. I got like 1,400 followers. I think both my co-hosts got like 1,500 followers. And we getting like 20, 25 views a video. We post, you know, our TikTok is blowing up a little bit on my personal page because of it. You know what I mean? But as far as follows go, you know, you have to look at it as this. People who support you is the people that actually love and fuck with you. The people who say they do but don't fuck with you. The actions show you that. You know what I mean? And you got to be very... Kevin Gates says something to the sort of lines of, look at people for what they do, not what they say. He says something that's basically, they'll tell you one thing to your face, but do something totally else on the back end. That's who they are as a person and not who they are in front of you. So I think that would be my advice to up-and-coming content creators, which I am to this day.
Don't think it's them views is big. Because
Yeah, them views.
You can have 100 views today.
And 10 tomorrow.
10,000 views tomorrow. So at the end of the day, don't let the views discourage you. Just go out there, create, stay consistent, and that's all we're gonna do what it do.
wise words from some great up and coming content creators
Yes,
to my
sir.
left. What's your definition of a scar you flipped to success?
Getting a 1.3 GPA in school because I was always a 4.0 student, so I always thought school was easy. And then when school kicked me in my ass and I let outside things that was happening in my personal life affect my business life, because school is business, my business life, it helped me take that into now I can have the worst day possible, get on that camera and be the best person I can. I can have the worst day possible in my personal life, which, nigga, you know how my personal life been the last 2 months, nigga. I can have a shitty day, but go to work and be the best person I could be, talk to customers, be professional, understand how to negotiate deals and things of that nature, and then go get online and have the time of my life and separate personal from business. I feel like that's one of the things, me getting that GPA, it gave me a sense of I need to figure life out and I need to do certain things in order to flip around, because 1.3 is not going to get me nowhere in life but where I don't want to be.
It's urgency wake up call.
I love that.
Wrap it up here. We got 2 more things we need to do. First, could you tell us again the name of your streams, the name of your
Yes,
podcast,
sir.
all those things? We're going to put that up there
So,
for sure.
my name is Dyllon Lewis. You can follow my personal page, Your Boy YD, on Instagram. I have a podcast. It's called the TPC. I stream live on Twitch, twitch.tv/YourBoyYD1. If you want to come kick it with a nigga, you know what I'm saying, have fun. I be loaded half. I be drunk as hell, so.
Lastly, we wrapping it up. Seth Rogen, stop playing. We need that house plan sponsorship. We gonna keep putting it here. We
They
gonna
need that.
Time,
they need that for sure.
If y'all know house plant on both ends. You know, it ain't a paid sponsorship, but it might be. Don't check our pockets. You feel me?
We just want to be seen.
You feel me?
Man.
Hey, but thank you for having us.
Oh, always. I'll come here anytime.
We enjoyed your time, your presence.
We might need to do a part 2. I know I'm running a little late on time. We might need to do a part 2 of this for sure.
Part 2 just for the simple fact I feel like I didn't talk as much as I really wanted to.
And we can get juicy too for sure.
That'd be cool.
Hey,
Yeah, for sure. I need some juicy questions.
No limit. He gonna answer anything.
I answer everything.
But stay tuned for part 2. We appreciate. Thank you for tuning in. Follow us on all social media platforms at Scars2Success. Scars number 2 on everything but YouTube. Scars2Success, man. Y'all heard it. Thank you.
Go follow them boys, man.
Hey, and go follow Dyllon. We're gonna put all that information there. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all, and we out.